She texted me, "Going on a trip with my ex, don't be jealous." So I packed all 28 boxes of her clothes, dropped them at his door, and changed my locks before she came back. The message that ended our 3-year relationship came through on a Thursday afternoon. It was a stunning display of passive aggression, a tidy little bomb of disrespect. I was in my workshop, sanding down a piece of reclaimed oak, surrounded by sawdust. My phone buzzed on the workbench. It was Amelia, my girlfriend. Her text read, "Going on a last-minute trip with my ex, don't be jealous." I just stared at it, not angry, not shocked, but oddly calm. It felt like the missing piece of a puzzle that just never fit. Her ex, Julian, was some trust fund kid she dated back in college. He was the perpetual what-if, the ghost she kept in the background, texting whenever she was bored or needed a boost. I knew they were friends, but this crossed a line. And the "don't be jealous" part? That felt more like a command than a request, designed to put me in a tight spot. If I got upset, I'd be the jealous jerk. If I said nothing, I'd look like a doormat, just fine with her running off with another guy. She thought she had me cornered. I wiped the sawdust off my hands, grabbed my phone, and replied, "Not at all." But I added, "Have a great time." I set my phone down, turned on the sander, and got back to work. The sander's hum was the only sound in the shop as my thoughts swirled. She thought this was a test of my confidence, a little power play to keep me on my toes. Little did she know, this was her final exam, and she just flunked. She was off with her ex. Fine by me. I'd make sure she had everything she needed to stay there for good. It's been 72 hours since Amelia took off for her spontaneous trip. For her, it's likely been a whirlwind of cocktails and nostalgia with her backup plan. For me, it's been a project. Just like any project, I approached it with a clear plan, the right tools, and a focus on finishing strong. After our text exchange, I didn't hear from her again. No flight details, no missed messages, just silence. That was all the confirmation I needed. Once I wrapped up work on Thursday, I headed home, my home, and kicked off phase 1. First up, packing. Not for me, but for her. I opened our bedroom closet, and it felt like stepping into a high-end department store that had exploded. The sheer amount of stuff was mind-boggling. Designer dresses, countless shoes, handbags everywhere. Probably worth more than my first car. For 3 years, I'd been supporting this lifestyle. I'm a carpenter running a custom furniture business, and I do all right. But I'm a simple guy who thought I was providing for a partner. Now it hit me. I'd been financing a contestant in a game I wasn't even playing. I didn't just toss her things into garbage bags like a guy in a rage would. No, I bought 24 high-quality wardrobe boxes and packing supplies. I spent the entire night methodically packing everything she owned. I folded dresses, wrapped purses in tissue paper, and returned shoes to their original boxes if she had kept them. It was oddly calming, almost like archiving a part of my life, boxing up a 3-year mistake. By Friday morning, her entire existence in my house was neatly packed into 28 labeled boxes stacked in my living room. Her side of the closet was bare. Her bathroom counter was clear. The countless pictures of us that she insisted on displaying were taken down and packed away in a box labeled miscellaneous. Next step, figuring out logistics. Where was Julian now? I had a hunch. A few months back, she accidentally left a birthday card for him on the kitchen counter, and it was addressed to a shiny new high-rise downtown. A quick check of public records confirmed he owned a condo on the 34th floor. Easy enough. So, on Friday afternoon, I rented a small moving van, loaded all 28 boxes myself, and headed downtown to Julian's building. I parked in the loading zone and got to unloading. The doorman, decked out in a snazzy uniform, tried to stop me. "Can I help you, sir? All deliveries need to be scheduled." I gave him a sincere smile and said, "I'm really sorry for the hassle, but Amelia, my friend Julian's girlfriend, is surprising him. He's away right now, and she wanted all her things moved into his place as a romantic gesture before they got back. It's a move-in surprise." The doorman eyed the $100 bill I pulled from my pocket, then nodded. He pointed me to the service elevator. 34B. Just don't make a mess. I spent the next hour hauling those 28 boxes of a woman's entire life up to the 34th floor. I stacked them neatly in front of Julian's door, a towering wall of cardboard, a monument to bad decisions. On the very top box, I taped an envelope with a simple typed note inside. It read, "Julian, it looks like Amelia has made her choice. I believe in not standing in the way of true love. She's all yours now." I took the liberty of forwarding her belongings to her new address. "All the best, the ex you didn't have to worry about." I snapped a picture of the scene with my phone. Boxes, sleek hallway, number 34B on the door. It was a masterpiece. I returned home, dropped off the moving van, and went back to my now peaceful and stripped-down house. The rest of Friday, I cleaned up, changed the bed sheets, and rearranged the living room furniture to how I actually liked it. Felt like reclaiming my own space, my life. On Saturday, I changed all the locks and set up a new security system with a video doorbell. Then I called my younger sister, Claire. She's a nurse who just finished her residency and was starting a new job at a nearby hospital. She was stuck in a tiny, lousy apartment an hour away, stressed about the commute, trying to save money. I said, "Hey, I've got a proposition for you. My spare bedroom is now permanently available. Move in rent-free for a year, save your cash. Get settled. The place is as much yours as it is mine. Just help with the bills." She thought I was joking. When she realized I was serious, she broke down in tears. She came over that afternoon with a carload of her stuff. Seeing her so happy and relieved in what was once a source of disrespect for me felt like a breath of fresh air. So, while Amelia is off on her little romantic getaway, thinking she's got all the control, her entire life has been systematically taken apart and rerouted. She has no clue. Her keys won't work. Her clothes are gone. Her space in my home is already occupied by someone who truly deserves to be there. She's due back tomorrow night. I went ahead and forwarded the picture of the boxes with a simple caption. "Looks like your delivery arrived." Her phone has been silent since. It's the silence of someone who's just realized they've made a huge mistake. The dramatic climax didn't play out like a big, tearful confrontation at my doorstep. Instead, it turned into a series of frantic voicemails and a pretty sad email. I got to witness her complete unraveling while sitting comfortably in my now peaceful home. After I sent her that picture of the boxes, Amelia went quiet for about 12 hours. I can only guess what the conversation was like during that last-minute trip. The romantic getaway probably came to a screeching halt when she realized that her ex-boyfriend had accidentally turned into her new, unwilling roommate. The first voicemail came Sunday morning, the day she was supposed to return. It was her, sounding frantic, whispering, "What did you do? Call me back. This isn't funny." An hour later, a voicemail came in from Julian. His tone was icy, clipped, furious. "Listen, man. I don't know what game you're playing, but you need to come get this stuff. Now, Amelia's a mess, and this isn't my problem. I didn't return the call. This was definitely his problem now. I had the delivery receipt to prove it." According to a mutual friend I talked to later, the trip ended with Julian shoving her into a cab for the airport while telling her to lose his number. He was one of those guys who enjoyed consequence-free fun, not one who wanted a surprise live-in girlfriend with 28 boxes of baggage. Amelia's voicemails grew more desperate as the day dragged on. They shifted from anger to pleading. "Okay, I'm sorry. That was a dumb joke. Just call me. I'm at the airport. Where do I go now?" I didn't respond. Instead, I spent the day helping Claire set up her new room. We ordered pizza and watched a movie. It was the most at ease I'd felt in years. Amelia got back late Sunday night. The final act began around 11 p.m. when my video doorbell lit up. It was her, standing on my porch, trying her key on the new lock. I watched from my phone as her confusion turned into panic. She started banging on the door. I let her knock for a while before answering via the intercom. "Can I help you?" Her head snapped up to the camera. "Alex, let me in. What's going on? My key doesn't work." I replied, calm and clear, "It's not your house anymore." "What do you mean? My stuff is gone. You can't just kick me out," she yelled. "I didn't kick you out," I said. I just facilitated your move. You made it clear you wanted to be with Julian. I merely helped get your things there so you could start fresh with him. Seemed like the supportive thing to do. The cold reality of my words seemed to hit her hard. She just stood there, speechless. That's when my sister Claire, woken by the noise, opened the door a crack, looking confused in her pajamas. Is everything okay out here? She asked. Amelia just stared at her, a kind-faced young woman standing in my doorway. Claire wasn't a romantic rival. She was worse. She was my family. She was proof that the space Amelia had occupied in my life wasn't empty. Someone deserving was already there. Claire, unaware of who Amelia was, simply gave her a small wave and shut the door. That was the final blow. Amelia didn't scream anymore. She just crumpled, sitting on the porch steps and sobbing. Not angry tears but broken, desperate tears from someone who's lost everything and knows it's their fault. I watched her for a moment, feeling nothing. No pity, no satisfaction. Just closure. Eventually, she left. The next morning, I received a rambling email from her. It was a sad mix of apologies, accusations, and pleas. She said she had nowhere to go, her friends wouldn't take her in, and she was stuck at a cheap motel. She begged to come back, just until she got back on her feet, promising she'd change. I replied with a single line, "Your choices are not my responsibility anymore." I then created a filter to send all future emails straight to the trash and blocked her number. I erased her from my life as completely as I had from my house. My life is peaceful now. My sister is thriving in her new job, and the house feels like a home instead of a showroom. I've been spending more time in my workshop building solid, lasting things. Amelia wanted to test the boundaries of our relationship, see how far she could push me. She found out. She flew 1,000 miles to be with her ex, only to discover he wasn't interested. When she came back, she found out I didn't want her either. She's exactly where she wanted to be, free to do what she wants with whoever she wants. But when you have no one and nowhere to call home, that freedom looks a lot like being homeless.